Now, over the years, I've literally spoken with hundreds and hundreds of business owners who had not yet applied these rules I'm going to share with you in this episode. And, they had lots of different reasons. My business is still too new, haven't gotten around to it, don't know what to do. And whatever their reason was for not having done it yet, there is one thing they all have in common, and that is when they applied these rules, they were so glad they did, because when you do, it gives you that ability to just relax, to have clarity and confidence of knowing where your money is and what it's doing, and that it's actually got a proper channel and system to flow through. Because the thing is that when you don't have that level of clarity and confidence, you tend to assume the worst. It's not knowing that makes you nervous and assume that things aren't working for you. And so by actually implementing these simple rules to set up your business bank accounts properly to begin with, you can just relax and know that things are actually working and you are on track. And as we cover these simple rules for how to organize your bank accounts as a business owner, I'm going to share my screen in a moment and show you a really simple graphic out of my Magnetic Money System Bootcamp that sums it all up. I call it the bucket system, and hopefully it will make understanding this so super simple and also give you something graphical that will help it stick in here. So firstly, let me talk you through these rules and explain why they give you so much more clarity and confidence. And then I'm going to share my screen and show you a beautiful, simple summary that will help it all fall into place for you. And I also want to draw your attention to this episode here, which will appear at the end, ready for you to click on and go to next, because that one is all about how to organize your money so that it can start to multiply. And it covers 5 golden rules for you to help you do that. So you'll want to make sure you check that one out next. So the first thing you need to do as a business owner when it comes to organizing your bank accounts is to actually keep your business and personal money separate, and the bank accounts that it sits in, right? So you need to have business accounts and you need to have personal accounts, because your business is a separate legal and energetic entity to you. And you want to know that your business is paying you and that your business is standing on its own 2 feet. And if everything's just mushed up in the one account, you've got no idea what's actually going on. And like most of us, you'll probably assume the worst. And that's largely because you don't have clarity and confidence that it is actually all okay. So separating the two is the very first thing you want to do. And the next rule for organizing your bank accounts as a business owner is that you want to apply the principle that every dollar needs a job to do and a place to do it. Every dollar needs a job to do and a workplace where it can actually fulfill that role, which means that you need to be really clear on what the purpose of each of those bank accounts is. And when I show you the bucket system overview in a moment, it's going to start making a lot more sense. But start thinking about that. Every single one of your bank accounts, do you know exactly what the purpose, what the job of the money in that account is? Are you clear? Have you named it accordingly? Is all of that really obvious? So all of that, of course, makes it really easy to know what money's where and what you're supposed to use it for and what you're not supposed to use it for. So let's just press pause for a second and check in. The things we've talked about so far, which have you done? Which do you need to do? Have you got your business and personal banking separate? Do you know what the purpose of the money in each of your accounts is? Type me a comment below and let me know. Now, in a moment, remember, I'm going to share my screen and actually share with you the bucket system, which is the basis of the money system that I help you put together in the Magnetic Money System Bootcamp. Before we do that, we've got one more rule to discuss, and that is, as a business owner, when you're organizing your bank accounts, you need to put your tax money aside. I highly recommend you have a totally separate account, and it's where you park tax money, and that you top that up every week or every month, however often you look at how much money has come in, and you put some money aside to cover your tax bill. Number one, really good money management, because when the tax bill comes, you're going to have the money ready to go. And that's a wonderful feeling. Number two, you're also energetically putting a really clear message out that you expect to make profit and have a tax bill, because that's what a tax bill is. It's basically the government saying, congratulations, your business is profitable. Please pay up. And so I want you to look at tax as actually a confirmation of your business's success and profitability. And isn't that a total game changer when it comes to your mindset around having to pay tax? And of course, remember that even though you're putting that tax money aside and it's kind of sitting in that separate tax account, it's still your money. And until you actually hand it over to pay your tax bill, it's still there and available to you. So you haven't given it away. You haven't paid tax in advance. You're just actually preparing to be able to cover your tax bill so you don't get any nasty surprises. And so that you're energetically also setting that expectation that you expect to have a tax bill because you're expecting to make profit. Okay, so let me go to screen share in just a second and actually show you the bucket system, which is what we use in the Magnetic Money System Bootcamp. And it's kind of how we organize all your banking so that then we can put your entire money system in place that helps your money grow and multiply. And then the whole thing can pretty much run on autopilot and only take you about 5 minutes a week. And if you want to check out the Magnetic Money System Bootcamp, if you'd like my help with helping you actually put your entire money system together so that you can organize your banking, especially if you're a business owner, and smooth irregular cash flow, which is a very important part of what we do there, then make sure you check it out. The link for the Magnetic Money System Bootcamp is in the description of this video below. Right, let's go to the screen share. There you have it. This is the Magnetic Money Bucket System. So a bucket denotes the purpose of the money flowing through it. And a bucket isn't necessarily just one bank account. You can have multiple bank accounts that are part of one bucket, but it shows you the way your money should be flowing. And so this is, coming back to every dollar needs a job to do. So at the top here, the green buckets are your business buckets. So your business income flows in to usually your business operating bucket. And most of the time, one bank account is plenty to cover that. And then we put some money aside here for tax. So you have this tax money bucket. So the purpose of this money, the job of this money is to pay your tax bill. And then, of course, your business also pays you. So that's this flow here. And we're flowing through now into your personal buckets below. That's the black buckets at the bottom half of the screen. Now, most of the time, for most people, your business will pay you into what we call your bills bucket. And that is the bucket where any other personal income, so if you've got a job or a partner with an income, any other personal income flows into that bucket as well. And all your bills, all your personal bills, not your business bills, because remember, they're up here. Your personal bills get paid out of your personal bills bucket. And then, of course, your personal bills bucket is kind of a distribution point for all your other personal money. And I like to have a separate, cash for fun bucket. And that's just money that's designated for you to have a good time with, whether that's, taking yourself out for lunch or having a haircut or a massage, whatever those little splurges are that you get to choose. So there's money designated and available for those things. And you know that it's quarantined in here. And so if you spend some of that money, you're not going to be potentially dipping into money that's needed to pay your bills. And then we also have a wealth creation bucket, which contains all your debts and your investments. And let me quickly explain the reason for that, even though it's a little bit beyond the scope of this episode. The reason we put debts in the wealth creation bucket is because as we eliminate and clear those debts, that money then becomes available for you to put towards investments and things that grow your wealth. So we're swinging the pendulum away from things where compound interest is working against you and it's kind of wealth creation in reverse. And we free up that money and can then put it towards where compound interest is working for you and your money is multiplying, making money babies and helping you create wealth and financial stability. So that's the wealth creation bucket. And then we have a bucket called other, which is kind of where you save up for long-term things and projects, such as if you're saving up for your annual holiday or maybe for Christmas presents once a year or a special occasion like a child's wedding or whatnot. So giving you that quick overview, hopefully this is helping you see that we're applying those 3 rules we've discussed for organizing your bank accounts as a business owner. Number 1, we have separated business and personal. Number 2, we've given every dollar a job to do because each bucket has a specific purpose. And number 3, we have separated the tax money. So it's all ready to go, ready to celebrate your amazing, profitable year in business. Now, remember, that's just a quick overview. I'd like you to just keep in mind those 3 basic rules and make sure you apply them. And then if you want to keep going and really organize your money properly from start to finish, so it's all flowing, growing, and multiplying for you, and so you can smooth that cash flow, clear debts, accumulate savings, then you definitely want to come join me in the Magnetic Money System Bootcamp. Remember, the link is below. So what's your biggest takeaway from this episode? What is the very first thing you're going to go away and do? Please type me a comment below and let me know. I'd really love to hear from you. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, hit the like button so I know, and be sure to subscribe, share it with any friends who could benefit from this as well. And of course, be sure to watch this episode next. You can click on it right now because it's going to take you through the 5 golden rules for managing your money so it grows and multiplies. See you there.